Red alert, red alert. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. As we all know, one of the best and most consistent ways to go about getting exotics, Ascendant Shards, and Enhancement Prisms is by doing Nightfall Ordeals. But it has to be a Nightfall Ordeal that can be ran at lightning fast speeds for it to be worth farming. Well, boys, the stars have aligned. Right now, within Destiny 2, the easiest strike in the game has been made the Nightfall Ordeal, and that's not even the best part. The best part is Bungie has decided to enable double loot drops. With the method I'm about to show you, you can be getting up to 2 exotics, 4 golf balls, and 10 enhancement prisms every 15 minutes. That's right, boys, Papa MyFi is back, and with me, I bring an exotic farm that you need to do if you care in the slightest about prepping for Beyond Light. Doing this method, even for a few hours, will max out your in-game materials so you are fully stocked up going into Beyond Light. But you know the drill. If you're new, and only if you enjoy the videos, then feel free to subscribe. Also, I will be streaming me helping viewers, you, do this exotic farm over on twitch.tv/myfi with an underscore at the end until it goes away on Tuesday. So if you need help, then come on over. Now, I gotta give a massive shout out to the sponsor of today's video, War Robots. I have been spending a ton of time inside recently, and because of that, I have become a massive fan of mobile games. And honestly, War Robots has become one of my favorites. It is an intense, massive multiplayer game with over 150 million players worldwide, which, last time I checked, is more than double the population of the UK. Yeah, the game is that popular. You are a pilot of a massive robot, meaning if you don't like the current robot that you are using, then you can just yeet it in the trash and get a brand new shiny robot that is more catered to your playstyle. Speaking of robots, well, there are all types of robots. There are big beefy ones that can take some serious damage, but also dish out some serious damage. There's also robots that are fast and agile, so if the tank of the battlefield is not really your playstyle, then you can be more slippery and harder to hit. You can use different robots for different game modes and tactics. If you find a robot that fits your playstyle, then you can customize it with some pretty sick skins and upgrade its weapons to further crush your enemies. You can download War Robots by using my special, one-of-a-kind link, which you can find in the description box below. Using my link will secure you a starter pack, which includes a special robot, weapon, unique skin, 100 gold, and 50,000 silver. One of my favorite things about a game is when it is constantly being updated and doesn't experience frequent dry spells like a certain game that we all know, Destiny 2. So I'm very happy that War Robots is constantly updating the game and adding new and exciting stuff to do. Plus, I like wreaking havoc on the battlefield against my enemies, and War Robots lets me do that to my heart's content. So if you would like to download War Robots and experience one of the best mobile games to date, then go to the description box and use my link to download the game and start playing today. Once again, I would like to thank War Robots for sponsoring today's video. As well, being a Destiny 2 YouTuber this time of year is not the most fun due to content drought, so sponsors like War Robots really helps out the channel. So first up, I am going to go over the loadout you and your teammates should be using. Then I am going to go step by step, breaking down exactly how to beat this Nightfall the fastest. So for team composition, I would say Titan and Warlock are the most useful, as they both offer team protection / healing. For Warlock, you are going to want to be running Middle Tree Dawnblade for Well of Radiance and healing nades, or Top Tree Voidwalker with Controverse Hold. For Titan, you're going to want to be running Top Tree Sentinel for Ward of Dawn, or Middle Tree Banner Shield with Ursa Furiosa. Then if you insist on running Hunter, then you should be using Bottom Tree Night Stalker so you can be invising you and your teammates constantly. Now for the weapon loadouts, and here I have 2 different team loadouts. The first loadout is going to be for the Grandmaster runs. This run is geared toward playing more on the safer side to minimize the chances of dying, because remember, if everyone dies in a GM Nightfall, then you are all sent to orbit. This loadout is as follows: 2 players running Izanai's Burden and 1 player running Divinity. The first player running Izzy should also be running some form of an energy weapon that can disrupt overload champions. Then finally, a Falling Guillotine with Whirlwind Blade for their power weapon slot. Now for Izzy player number 2, their loadout will be identical to Izzy player number 1, except their energy weapon will be one that can stagger unstoppable champions. Then finally, our Divinity player will be, of course, running Divinity for their energy slot, but for their kinetic slot, they will be running a weapon that can stagger unstoppable unstoppable champions. So for this team loadout, we have one player that can stagger unstoppable champions, one player that can disrupt overload champion, and then the divinity player who can do both. Now for loadout number 2, and this loadout is geared more toward master Nightfalls and being fast with your completion times. This can also be used for the GM if you and your team are confident. This loadout is how you get sub 15-minute GM clears. All 3 players will be running, you guessed it, Mountaintop. One player will be running an energy weapon that can stagger unstoppable champions, and the other 2 players will be running energy weapons that can disrupt overload champions. Then for the power weapon, all players will be running Anarchy. Now for shield types, and well, there's only 2 in this Nightfall, Arc and Solar. Now technically there is void enemies, but there's only 2 of them, and both of them are wizards. And well, as long as one person is running a void subclass, then just throwing a quick grenade should take care of them. So for all of the energy weapons that I just mentioned above, well, I would suggest coordinating with your team to make sure someone is running Arc and someone is running Solar. Now for mods, and mods play a big part in Nightfall Ordeals. For team loadout number 1, the 2 Izzy players should be running sniper rifle mods like sniper rifle ammo finder, reserves, and scavenger, along with special ammo finders. Special finisher is a must if you decide to go with team loadout number 1 that uses 2 Izzies and 1 divinity. Then for team loadout number 2, all players should be running full grenade launcher mods, so geo ammo finder, loader, reserves, and scavenger. Now for mods that you should use no matter if you're using team loadout number 1 or team loadout number 2. Charge with light mods like protective light and taking charge or counter charge, any taken mods such as taken barrier or taken armaments, and finally the overload grenade mod and the oppressive darkness mod. So now that you know the loadouts you should be running for either GM or master, let's get into a GM run. And if you do plan on running master and not a GM, well, the run that I'm about to break down is the same in terms of the numbers and placements of champions. It's just the champions are beefier. As soon as you and your team spawn in, you should all hop on your Sparrow and Sparrow to the first room. Here, you will be in a broken building overlooking a courtyard with some taken enemies, an unstoppable champion, and a taken blight. Your first priority is to take out the taken enemies with arc shields as they shoot axion bolts that will one-shot you. Once all enemies are dead, including the champion, you should push up without killing the blight. Up the road, you will be rushed by 2 unstoppable champions. Take them out and then clear the adds in the immediate area. Once the adds and the 2 unstopped champs are dead, send one person back to destroy the blight while the other 2 people sit behind where an unstopped champ will spawn. As soon as it spawns, hit it with an oppressive darkness grenade and disrupt it. Then the 2 players that sat back should hit it with their power weapons. If done correctly, you should immediately kill it. After that, continue to push up, killing adds until you reach an overload champ on a ledge. Take care of it, then turn right where you will see a wide open courtyard with a taken blight. Here, you will face multiple solar shield captains, which you should immediately dispatch as they will mess you up. After those are dead, you will turn your focus to the taken blight where 2 unstopped champs will rush you. Take them out along with the rest of the adds and push up without killing the blight. 2 people will push forward and get behind where the 2 overload champs and the mini boss spawns, while the third person waits at the blight. When the blight is destroyed, the adds will spawn. A quick nova with an oppressive darkness / overload nade should take care of the champs. The third person that stayed behind to kill the blight should hit the mini boss with everything they have from the front, while the other 2 people that killed the overload champs hit the mini boss from the back. After everything is dead, progress through the tunnel to the next area. This area consists of you and your team progressing down flights of stairs killing adds. There are no champs here, but at the very bottom of the area, there is a taken captain, so be mindful of that. Once the area is clear, you can progress through the tunnel, but not too fast because as soon as you exit the tunnel, you will be greeted by 2 unstopped champs. Feel free to backtrack into the tunnel you were just in for cover while you deal with those champs. Once the champs are dead, you can progress to the bridge encounter. Here you will find tons of adds, champs, and the wanted enemy. Kill adds while ignoring the wanted enemy. There will be an overload champ up top on an overhang. Jump up and take care of it, but before jumping down, you should look straight out and down a little bit where you will see another overload champion. Take it out. From there, jump down and hug the far left side of the area and wait before the gap for the wanted enemy to escape. Once the wanted enemy is gone, you will see 2 champions on the other side of that gap. Throw supers and oppressive darkness to take care of them. From here, the only thing left in this area is a taken captain. Kill it and move on to the next area. Once you enter the next area, there will be adds and an unstopped champ. Take care of everything, then progress to the staircase. Here, there will be 2 taken knights and an overload champ. Pop supers and do whatever you have to do to dispatch them all. From here, progress up the stairs and take out the taken captain, then progress into the room. Once in the room, there will be adds and a wizard blocking your path. Clear the room and progress forward into the last area before the boss room. As soon as you enter, you will be greeted by an overload champ and some adds. Clear them all and then progress into a tight corridor where another overload champ will be. Once it's dead, turn to your left and you will see yet another Overload champ. Take that one out and then progress up and down into the boss room. In the boss room, there will be a Taken Blight and ads. Kill the ads and then get into position before destroying the blight. If you are using swords, then as soon as the blight is destroyed, pop a bubble or a well and start sorting the boss. You will be fully shielded while you kill the boss as long as you have a bubble or a well. If you are using anarchies, then back up after destroying the blight and get ready to throw Oppressive Darkness, supers, and anarchy shots. Either way, the boss will go down within 30 seconds. Get to cover and wait for about 15 seconds for the ads in the room to despawn, and you will get your loot. Congrats, you are done. And there we go. This is hands down the best exotic farm Destiny has seen since the original loot cave, in my opinion. So what are you waiting for? Go farm this now, like right now. I also wanted to go ahead and say something here at the end. This is going to be the last time I cover exotic farms via Nightfall Ordeals this season. We have already seen and know what the upcoming Nightfall Ordeals for the rest of the season will be because they are looping all over again due to Beyond Light getting delayed, and I have already covered the ones that are actually worth farming. Once new Ordeals are released in Beyond Light, then I will start doing these type of farm videos again. So if this exact strike comes back around with double loot again before Beyond Light, I'm probably just gonna re-upload this entire video to let you all know. Now, if you made it this far into the video, then go ahead and comment Chung Ass, okay? That's CHUNGASS will be on your screen now in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, then feel free to drop your boy a like, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.